Wars, rumors of wars, but do not panic. These things must take place, but the end won't follow immediately. We are constantly hearing of conflicts. This one bombed that one. This one's at war with this one. And it's been this way most of my life. Growing up, I had, from the Vietnam War, I had one of those bracelets for an MIA or a POW. Oh, I wish I still had it, but I don't. But we can't panic. When we make decisions out of pure adrenaline and emotion, we tend to go the wrong way. And I'm nothing special. I'm not a prophet, a pastor, a priest, none of that, okay? I am simply a woman who's doing her best to live like Proverbs 14:1 tells her to do, that a wise woman builds her house, and yet a foolish one can tear it down with her own hands. So welcome to Wartime Wisdom. Wars, rumors of wars, what do? First of all, the word tells us in Matthew 24, don't panic. Don't panic. But we are at war. And here at Wartime Wisdom, I want to go over the areas that we are at war. Most of us will agree, financial. Oh my goodness. Just go to the grocery store. Open up your electric bill. Oh my goodness, mine went up 30%. Like, what? Yes. It just seems to keep coming at us. Spiritual. Whew, yeah. Spiritual attacks keep coming. People who follow close to the Lord, and we're getting blindsided sometimes. I thought I was going to sneeze, but I didn't. So we're looking at spiritual, financial, physical. You've got people just dropping dead. You're like, what is up with this? How do we prepare for battle in every area of life? Because it's real. It's here. So I'm Kate. I'm glad you're here. Let's dig into some of this wisdom that we can look at. Why wartime wisdom? Woke right up out of my sleep with this very loud statement in my head that just hasn't gone away. It says, prepare for war. And I'm like, war, blindsided, but digging deep. I'm like, I don't know how to prepare for war. I've never been in a big major conflict. I don't know. Tell you the truth, I don't think I want to, because it doesn't look like a lot of fun or comfortable or anything, and so I went back to World War II. It's closest big thing to and doing a lot of research. And England went to war, declared war in Germany on Sunday, September 3rd, 1939. September 3rd, 1939 at 11:15 it was announced. 11:15 they announced they were at war with Germany. So here's the thing that I really want to talk about today is by the end of the afternoon of that Sunday, the government was in charge of millions and millions of pounds of food. Just like that. By the end of the month, everyone had to register for their ration card. Food was under complete control. Well, black market, yeah, but complete control over by the government. This is how much you got. And it was done by age. So smaller children got more of this and older people got less. It just, for example, in England, you got one egg a week per person per week. Now, I raise chickens. I have them. And to think of only have one egg per person, first of all, my grandson would probably go on strike because he likes his eggs. So how were they able to just bam, bam, put that in place? Well, because they looked at what they thought was coming, looked at what happened to the nation in World War I and how food was a huge issue, making sure people had enough to eat. And so they already had I don't know, a law or an order, I don't know what they call it over there, in place. So if war was declared, this could happen. So before you're thinking this is America, it can happen here, it already has. On the 12th of March in 2012, then President Obama signed an executive order 13603, which gave government and their appointed agencies control over, are you ready for this? All water, all human and animal food, all transportation, all forms of energy, every type of construction material, all health resources, all farm equipment, all fertilizers, and all fuel. Everything. Yeah, it's already on the books. So if we think England was fast in this, I think we'll be just as fast. Now, I am not predicting, I'm not. I prefer that it didn't, you know? Yeah, because nobody likes that. But it's real. How do you control people? You control their food. Just ask. There's tons of quotes. I think Kissinger said it. I think Stalin said it. You know, about controlling the people, you control their food. If you want to control people, control their food. Look at Wounded Knee. Control the food, you control the people. Because people will do about anything when their kids are hungry. Right? So here is a whole lot of wartime wisdom. All wisdom, first of all, comes from God. And as we are trying to build our house as a wise woman, I need to look for the wisdom of God. The fear of the Lord teaches wisdom. Teaches wisdom. We have to seek his wisdom. What do you want me to do? So what do we need to absolutely survive? First of all, we need air, right? That's number one. We need water. Do you have water stored in your house? Do you have food stored in your house? I've been told, boy, you must not trust God because you prepare. We're told. It says the prudent, I don't have it, but the prudent foresees danger and does something. That's a Kate paraphrase. You know, yeah. In England, and you can do, oh my goodness, there's so many fascinating books on that whole thing. And most of these I got right out of the library. This one I did get out of the library, then I liked it so much I found it used on Amazon for not a lot of money. But the people in England who did the best on food rations grew some of their own food. Grow something. I talked about it in my group on Facebook today. Grow something. Get a pot. Grow something. Grow greens. Greens are easy. If you have a bag of potatoes that aren't looking so good, you don't think you're going to eat them and you just think you're going to throw them away, oh my goodness, please don't. No. We're going to plant those later. Because then you'll get tenfold about what you plant, which is awesome. So we're at war. We're at war for our souls from our enemy. We're at war financially. People are getting laid off. Inflation is, regardless what they say, you know, I mean, I was at the store a couple weeks ago and I used to buy a quart-sized thing of goat's milk. Goat's milk does better for my system. And for years, that's what I did. It was $3.95 for a quart of goat's milk. I know you're cringing, but I didn't drink much milk. And then I switched over to a can of powdered goat's milk, and I can make up a little bit at a time. I found I wasted a lot less. Okay, and I haven't bought it in a few years. Seriously, because I just use the powder. But a quart of goat's milk at my local grocery store now, instead of $3.95, is $8.50. Yeah. I know you may think, well, I don't buy that. Okay. How about a loaf of bread? Yeah. I was at the grocery store yesterday to pick up one thing, and I walked by the freezer spot where they keep gluten-free breads. I'm like, oh, goodness, I could make me a grilled cheese sandwich. That would be delicious. I don't have any bread at home. And I went to pick up the loaf, and it's just a small loaf there. It's a good loaf, but it's a small loaf. As far as gluten-free bread goes, it's a pretty good one. And I've bought it off and on for several years, and it's typically $5.50 for this loaf. It was almost $8. I didn't buy it. I'm like, all right, Lord, I'm going to start making my own gluten-free bread. What can I make instead of buying? What do I have on hand that I can make instead of buy? Make things go farther. Don't waste anything. Yeah. So, wartime wisdom, you need water. I'm going to preach that till the cows come home. You need water and you need food. If you don't, you are under absolute control of the person who does. Absolutely. I know people said, oh, they're going to come door to door. I doubt it. Not at first. That's a whole lot of work for not a whole lot of food. You know, they may take over the big things. I mean, England did it very fast. I can't see us doing anything less than that. To try to, it's control. People have to do what you want them to do. But the main thing is, as it says right here in Matthew 24, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars. Here it is. But don't panic. When we panic, we do stupid things. Don't panic. Don't panic if you sit there and go, oh my goodness, I got to go out and buy all this emergency food and I got to buy big cans and I got to do all that. No, you don't. Buy stuff that you'll eat, you know, and just start adding a couple extra things a week. I know grocery part is tight, but do you need to buy the bag of chips? Can you buy some cans of food instead of the bag of chips? And it's about choices. It's about making sure we have what we need here. We need to use it up. And don't waste. Don't waste anything, you know? Yeah, and we'll get more into that. But wisdom, wartime wisdom. What do we do when we don't have? When we don't have much options, we don't have access to.